So today I'm going to be doing a fun little video that I seen Girl Meets Neverland do, and basically just going to rate the rides from the different Walt Disney World theme parks. And the first one I'm going to start with is Magic Kingdom, and I just have all of the rides pulled up on my Disney World app. And I'm just going to go through and I'm going to rate them on a scale between 1 and 5, 1 being like not very good, obviously, and 5 being like the best. And I have not ridden every one of these rides, so if I hit a ride that I've not ridden, I will let you know, and then maybe I'll just kind of guess what I might rate that ride. The first ride is Astro Orbiter, and I have never ridden this ride. But I'm going to guess this ride's more for little kids. It's in Tomorrowland. It's literally the first ride you see when you walk in. It's like right in the middle. I just hit my ears. It's like right in the middle, and it looks like little spaceships going around. I've always wanted to ride this ride, but I've just never had time to. So, I don't know. I think this ride would probably be kind of like just a little fun ride. So I'd probably give it maybe a 2 just because it's probably more for kids. But it'd probably be neat that you'd be able to see some of Magic Kingdom because it's kind of a little bit higher up in the sky. The next one is the Barnstormer. I've never ridden this ride either, but a lot of people like this ride. It looks really fun. I would probably give it a 3 or 4, probably a 3. But I've never ridden it, so I have no idea, but I'm going to just go off of everybody else's excitement when they're on it. The next one is Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. This is a number 5 for me. I love Big Thunder. I just think it's such a fun ride. It's so cool. So if you get a chance, you need to ride this ride because it is a blast, literally a blast. It's actually temporarily closed right now. They're doing refurbishments on it, and I'm really excited to see what new things they do to it or updates. The next is Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin, and this is located in Tomorrowland, and it's kind of similar to Toy Story Mania, but it's not as good, and it's a lot more outdated, but it's still really fun. And Cody and I went on it when we went, and we just have a blast going against each other. I've never been like I've never gotten, what is like the highest I've gotten? I can't even remember. I'm not even anywhere close to like getting that high score at all. Like not anywhere close. I literally suck at it. I feel like every time my gun stops working, but I don't think it's that. I just think that I can't hit the target. Because Cody totally beat me last time. But I would give that one probably a 3.5. Just because it's a lot of fun, but it's really outdated. But it's kind of one of those rides that I just cannot not do when I go to Disney. Because the line's never very long, usually. Sometimes it's long. And it's just a fun ride. I love the competition rides. They're just fun to do. The next one is Country Bear Jamboree. My grandma loves this show. And it's just a classic. It's more nostalgic to me, I think, the fact that I remember doing this when I was younger. And sit in a theater and you listen to these country bears sing and, you know, do whatever. And a lot of people don't like this, but I just think it's kind of cute. And it's located in Frontierland. I'd probably give this a 2.5. It's not like the most exciting thing, but it's really fun still. I know 2.5 doesn't seem like a lot of fun. Probably 2.5, 3. But you know, if you have time, you can do it. It's showtime, so you can't just walk in and do it whenever you want. You have to go in certain show times. So you have to look at the schedule and see when they are having their shows. The next one is Dumbo the Flying Elephant. I'm going to give this one a 3 because it's pretty self-explanatory. It just goes around the circle and you fly in Dumbo. But the new ones that they updated a few years ago, they're awesome. Like, I love the new ones. The water's great, the lights are great, like, it's just a lot of fun. The theming's great, you know, you go through the circus tent. So I think that the reason it gets a 3 is because of the way they've redone them and made them so much better. The theming is so much better than it was. It's just more of an experience to ride that ride now. Before, you just kind of stood in line and, you know, you rode it. Now it's kind of like this little walkthrough, and it's just really fun. The walkthrough is really fun. But it's one of those rides that it's been at Disney forever, so I feel like you need to ride Dumbo if you haven't ridden it. Because it's fun, you know, it's just fun to look around and go in circles and, you know, but it's not like it's not like a thrill ride. And that's located in Fantasyland. The next one is Enchanted Tales with Belle. I have mixed feelings about this because it's kind of fun just to do it, but it's kind of like not the greatest. I would recommend that if you have little kids to take them to this. I think they would love it. I love Beauty and the Beast, so I like it a lot, but like my boyfriend Cody probably wouldn't be his favorite to go do that. It is fun to see the little kids get picked and get to go up there, you know, with Belle and everything, and I like that. I'd probably give this a 3. I'm giving a lot of things a 3 so far, but I'm just saying. It's a cute experience for the kids, but other than that, you know. Chippy, what are you doing? Come here. My little dog just came in. Come here, Chippers. Come here, come see Mom. See the camera? Look, I know you're such a good girl. Okay, the next one, and that was located in Fantasyland. The next one is Frontier Shootin' Arcade, and I actually have never really done this before until our last trip to Disney. Cody and I were waiting for the parade, for the Christmas parade, and we were like, oh, let's do the Frontier Shootin' Arcade. Well, we put money in and it didn't work, or his didn't work. I think it was his. Mine did, and I think my dad's did, but it was just, they really need to update that thing. It's not very good anymore. I give that like a 1. It would be a lot of fun if it worked, but I felt like we put tons of money in there and like half the time it didn't work. So don't do that unless you're not planning on spending like a ton of money in there, because we thought, oh, well, we'll try this one next to us, and like that one wouldn't work, and we tried the next one and that one wouldn't work, and it just went on and on like that, and we just could not get it to work well. So, and then it would like halfway, it would just like stop working. So I don't recommend the Frontier Shootin' Arcade. It's in Frontierland. It would have been really fun. They just really need to update it. The Hall of Presidents, I have done this one time. I thought it was a very cool experience. It's so neat, like it's so realistic looking, and I really enjoy it. I give this probably a 3.5 just because it's not a thrill ride, and I really enjoy a lot more of the thrill rides. There is some rides that I will give higher points to just for nostalgic reasons, but the Hall of Presidents, probably a 3.5. For the Hall of Presidents, it's a very cool experience. It's in Liberty Square. And I think there's her show times too, so you have to make sure you look at when they are showing or playing the show. And it's like a bunch of wax figures, so it's really cool. They look so real. It's awesome. The next one is the Haunted Mansion. This is a favorite of mine, so this gets a 5. I love the Haunted Mansion. Love it. I've ridden it since I was little, and it's just so much fun. And my boyfriend Cody, he really enjoyed this ride. Like, he really enjoyed this ride, and we just laughed and we had a good time. And you know, even though it's not been updated from what it was when they first put it in, it still is just as great. So that one definitely gets a 5. And that is in Liberty Square. It's a Small World is next. This ride, even though the song is annoying, I have to say for nostalgic reasons, I will give it a 3, because it's been at Disney forever. So like, why not ride it, you know? It's like you have to ride it when you're there. You cannot ride it. So I'm going to give It's a Small World a 3. The Jungle Cruise. The Jungle Cruise is okay. It's not my favorite ride. I really wish the animals were real. My dad isn't really a fan of this ride. I think he thinks it's not very fun because it's just kind of all fake animals. I really think it's kind of funny, and I think it's relaxing to go on that ride, so I'm going to give it a 3.5. It's also just one of those rides that it's just an original ride. It's been around forever, and so you have to appreciate that, the history behind it. And Mad Tea Party. I love the teacups. I think they are so fun. I'm going to give this probably a 3.5 or 4, because I don't really get sick when I get dizzy, but everybody else gets sick when they get dizzy. Like, my mom can't ride it, my aunt can't ride it, Cody can't ride it. Like, nobody can ride the spinny rides with me, and it's like, like, I love spinny rides. I think they're so fun. But I just love all the different cups, and I don't know, but there's like certain colors that are the faster cups, and I can't remember which one, but I've heard that before, and I think that's so cool. But that one's just another classic too. Like, how can you not ride those teacups? You know what I mean? The Magic Carpets of Aladdin. I've never ridden this before either. I'm assuming it would be kind of just like Astro Orbiter or Dumbo. Next one is the Mini Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, which is temporarily closed and it's located in Fantasyland. I love this ride. This ride may not be fun to most people, but I think it's so cute. I'm going to give this a 4. I love Winnie the Pooh. I love the little bumps you go over. It's a fun ride and it's cute, and I don't know, I love that it's not super updated. I like that it's just, I don't know, it's pretty simple, but it's still super cute, and I really like that. And my favorite part though is the part where you're like Tigger and you're like going up and down those hills, kind of like bouncing. That's so fun. Mickey's PhilharMagic, located in Fantasyland, is next. This is another one of my favorites. I'm going to give this a 5. I love this show. It is so much fun. I love that it's 3D. I love the music in it. I love the whole thing. It's just one of those shows that you can go and relax and still enjoy yourself, and I just think it's a blast. Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor is next in Tomorrowland. This is so funny. I had never watched the Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor before. It's like another show kind of, and I've gone to it a few times now, and it is so funny. I love it. It's hilarious. They just make jokes and they really interact with the audience a lot, and that's what I really enjoy about it. I give Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor a 4 because I had a hard time getting that out because it is just so much fun. It's hilarious. You laugh throughout the whole thing. They're making jokes, you know, they ask you what state you're from and they'll make a joke about that, and it's just fun. I really enjoy that, and if you've never done that, you really need to do that. I know it doesn't seem like much, like when you look at it you're like, oh, I don't know, that doesn't look fun, but you have to do it. It's a lot of fun. The next one is Pirates of the Caribbean. My dog's back again. Pirates of the Caribbean is literally so much fun. I love Pirates of the Caribbean. It's just one of those nostalgic rides. I love the smell of this ride. I'm a big fan of water rides. I really enjoy them. I love the smell of water rides. I just love the feel of them when you're riding the boat. I really like water rides. I'm going to give Pirates of the Caribbean a 5 just because it's just one of those rides that you cannot go to Disney without riding. I love it so much. It's just so much fun, and the theming, they've done so good with it. It's just a fun ride. The music's great. I just love it. Next is Prince Charming Carousel, and I have ridden this once. I might have ridden it when I was little, but I have no idea. I cannot remember, but recently, one time. And I just think it's so fun. It's so cute. I have this thing with carousels with my dad that when I was younger, and he still does this, he'll chase me around the carousels when I ride them. And he's like yelling at me, making sure I'm okay. It's just funny. It's hilarious. He's done it at fairs and just any, theme park, anything I've gone to. But he wasn't there when I rode this ride, but I thought about him when I rode it because it was just so funny. And I don't think he could run around this one. This one's a big carousel. Like, it's huge. I wouldn't want to run around it. But I give that one probably 4 because it's just sentimental to me, like carousels in general, because I think about my dad. And I have to try and get him on this carousel next time we go to Disney World. Next is Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. I love this ride. It is so fun. I had not ridden this until last time when Cody and I went last Christmas, and we stood in line, and we maybe stood in line for about 40 minutes. We didn't stay in line very long, and I don't think the line took very long to go through. I had tried to ride this ride previously on my previous Walt Disney World trip, and I stood in line twice, and it got like shut down twice. And the first time it got shut down, we weren't inside yet, so they didn't give you a fast pass. But the second time, we were like so close, and it shut down, and they gave us a fast pass to something else. But that's fine. I love that they give you a fast pass, but it's just so aggravating when you wait in that line for so long, because that line is so long. I give this ride a 5 though, because it is so much fun. I love the music in it. I love the ride is so smooth. I do have to say though, one thing that bothers me is that it's a very short, like quick ride. It's like you ride it and it's like, it's done. And a lot of Disney rides aren't that short. And this ride is just so short. I wish it was a little bit longer. I always like kind of want to ride it when I'm home. Like, you know, I kind of like, oh man, I wish I was riding Dwarf Mine Train right now type of thing. It's just, it's fun. I like it. Now Cody, he liked it, but he said the same thing. He thought it was too short. See, like right now, I have it on my phone. It's a 110-minute wait. That's crazy. Like, I'm not waiting in that line. I'm getting a fast pass. Next is Space Mountain. Love Space Mountain. I give it a 5. Duh. Space Mountain is so much fun, and one of the funniest memories I have is that my grandma rode it, and I just think that's hilarious that she rode Space Mountain. I mean, it's a pretty rough ride now. I don't know if when she rode it, if it was really rough. And when I took Cody on it, on our last December, he didn't realize how kind of rough it is. It's not like rough, but it's kind of jerky. And we like went up over that hill, and you know how sometimes you kind of come up out of your seat and you feel like like it's coming off the track? He thought he was like going. He was like holding on to me toes high, like screaming. It was so funny. Like, I know it's supposed to be like that, but I got front row that time, and I have never had front row before, and it was just a blast. I love it. Space Mountain is so much fun.
So that gets a 5 for sure. Oh, do you see my hair? It's like all over the place bothering me. I keep messing with that, sorry.
Okay, next is my, well, okay, I can't say all-time favorite because there's another one, which is an Animal Kingdom that obviously you probably know what it is, but if I haven't said before, which I don't think I did, I'm gonna split this up into 4 different videos because I want to do like Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood Studios, and Animal Kingdom all separate and do separate videos. So this is just gonna be one video, Magic Kingdom. Next is one of my all-time favorite rides. It is like, oh my god, I like Splash Mountain. I love Splash Mountain. Oh my gosh, I love it. Cody loves it too. It's just so much fun. I love it, and it's so funny when you take people that have never been on that ride before. Like Cody had never been on that ride. We're going up, you know, and all he knows is there's a drop somewhere. He just thinks that you kind of go through and you drop. So you know how you have the little drops throughout the ride? The very first one, I was like, oh, here we go, you know, here we go. And he puts his arms up and starts screaming, and it's kind of like, it's like, whoop, and it's done. He was the only one screaming. It was so funny. It was hilarious. Splash Mountain is just fun. The music in Splash Mountain is so great. It's so happy. It's so uplifting. It smells great. I mean, Splash Mountain, water ride. I love the water rides. And I love that it's a long ride because a lot of people look at it and they're like, oh, you're going to go, you know, up and you're going to just drop. No, it is like a whole story, and I love that about it. So Splash Mountain is like one of my favorite rides. It's like, it's in the top 2. Because there's one, and I just can't decide between those 2 which one's like my absolute favorite. It's too hard, so I just don't decide. Next, so obviously Splash Mountain is 5, is Stitch's Great Escape. I hate this ride. Okay, well I don't like hate it, but I don't enjoy it. I've only like ridden this ride like once or twice, I think, and the one time I did, it was awful. It just hurts. It is not a very like exciting ride either. Like, I feel like they could have done way better with this ride, and they really need to take it out with something different there. I love Stitch. I just wish that it was a different ride for Lilo and Stitch. Like, Stitch is one of my favorite characters. I really like him, but I feel like this ride just doesn't do him justice. I've never ridden it, and it's like a 3-minute, or 3-minute, why did I say 3-minute wait? Like 5-minute wait? Then go ride it. But just know that it kind of hurts. They like strap you down with these things over your shoulders, so you're kind of like locked in, and this like thing in your back, it's just an uncomfortable ride. But if you've never done it before and you want to, I wouldn't wait very long in it to do it. Next is Swiss Family Treehouse. This again is another nostalgic thing for me. I remember doing this when I was younger, so I'm going to give it a 4 just because it's just awesome. It's very cool, and it's fun to kind of go exploring, and you can see so far from it. It's actually temporarily closed. I don't know if it's just temporarily closed for today or if it's temporarily closed like for refurbishment or not, but It's really fun. If you've never done it before, you need to do it. I love going and getting a Dole Whip and then going and like walking around the Swiss Family Robinson treehouse. Next is Tom Sawyer Island. I cannot remember this. I thought I did this when I was little, and I honestly have no idea. And I've not done it. If I've done it when I was little, I've not done it since then. So I literally don't know how to rate it. It's in Frontierland, and I don't even know if I know how to get to it. That's terrible, but I have no idea, so I'm not even gonna say anything. Next is Tomorrowland Speedway. This ride is not very fun. You don't even get to like control your car really. Like if you're older, you probably won't enjoy it as much unless you're trying to ride all the rides and you're just loving Disney and you're loving life, then you'll probably enjoy it, which most of the time that's how I am. But then when I kind of stand back and I'm like, okay, Tomorrowland Speedway really wasn't up to par. Like, I mean, how can you rate that? It's like Splash Mountain or something, you know? So next is the Tomorrowland Transit Authority People Mover. So the People Mover, which has a 0-minute wait, that is funny. The People Mover I give a 5 because I love the People Mover. It's just one of those like rides. It's so slow. I love that it goes through Space Mountain. I love that it goes through Carousel of Progress. It's one of those rides that like, if you've been on your feet all day and you're tired and you just want to relax, get on the People Mover, because half the time they'll let you just stay on it because the line's not always very long. Like right now with the 0-minute wait, you could probably be on there and just keep going around and they don't care. And it's just it's just so relaxing, and you just get to like calm down from all the Disney excitement that everyone is having and kind of just, you know, take a breath and but you still can see it from afar. It's great. And you just, I don't know, I just like, you know, looking around and seeing everything. It's just, next is Under the Sea Journey of the Little Mermaid. This is definitely a ride that is not my favorite. I've kind of appreciated it a little bit more just because I like the Little Mermaid. But it's not a very, I don't know, it's not my favorite. I'm going to probably give this one a 3. Just because it is kind of fun to ride, and it's just one of those rides you sit and it's really relaxing as well. It's in Fantasyland, so if you're not really like waiting around for something, you're just kind of hanging out and this has like a 10-minute wait or something, I would go wait in it, but I'm not waiting in a long line to ride it. The next is the Railroad. I've never ridden the Walt Disney World Railroad before, which is so sad, but I've never ridden it and I really want to. I'm going to give it a 5 just because it's a railroad and Walt Disney loved trains, so it's kind of like one of those things that it has to be at Disney. Like, it's like a trademark, I feel like, of Disney. Like, you have to have the railroad. Next is the Walt Disney's Carousel of Progress. Once again, I've never ridden this ride before, but a lot of people say this is just a very long, boring ride. I know that my aunt likes to go on this ride when she is really hot and she just wants to cool down. She'll go, you know, sit and they take naps because it's so long. I've ridden it before, so I can't really rate it. Next is the Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room. This is just a really fun experience. I'd probably give this one a 4 just because of nostalgic reasons and that it's one of those things that's been around for a really long time. And I love the little song. It's just so cute. It gets stuck in your head. I love it. That is all that is at Magic Kingdom. If you guys enjoyed this video, please comment and subscribe, and I hope you guys have a magical day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.